Sergio Perez may be driving his last Grand Prix for Red Bull Racing in Brazil next weekend. The Austrian team is said to be emphatically considering this drastic decision after a string of disappointing results from Max Verstappen's Mexican teammate. After the race in Brazil, there is a 3-week gap ahead of the Las Vegas GP, giving Red Bull enough time to appoint a replacement for Perez. After the Mexican Grand Prix, which finished disappointingly for Perez and Red Bull, Christian Horner already hinted that a difficult decision about Perez will have to be made at some point. If the team principal and external advisor Helmut Marko do indeed decide to part with Perez, Lawson seems the most logical candidate to succeed the Mexican. Reserve driver Isaac Hajar, in turn, could get the vacant seat at Visa Cash App RB. Sergio Perez labeled his potential Red Bull replacement Lawson out of control and said the Kiwi has the wrong attitude needed to succeed in Formula One. Lawson replaced Ricciardo because Red Bull wants to assess his form as a potential replacement for Perez, who has had an awful 2024 season. But Perez suggested if Lawson keeps driving in the same way, he risks an early end to his career. Perez branded Lawson an idiot after the pair came to blows during the Mexico City Grand Prix, making contact in the first sector that caused damage to the home driver's car. Both drivers showed frustration at each other through the race, with Lawson raising a middle finger to Perez as he went past later on in proceedings, for which he later apologized. With Perez widely believed to be under pressure to keep his place at Red Bull next season, and Lawson set to be the leading candidate to challenge him for his seat at this stage, the on-track battle between the two had an added layer of intrigue for onlookers on Sunday. Mexican driver Perez remained unimpressed with how Lawson went about his racing, though, explaining that he needs to control his temperament moving forward if he wants to get onto the grid next season, after getting on the wrong side of Fernando Alonso in Austin last time out. With the RB enjoying fresh upgrades introduced in Austin, Lawson's pace could have seen him cross the line in the top 10, but a similar battle with the Williams of Franco Colapinto left him struggling in the latter stages of the race. He spent a significant chunk of time in traffic before contact in the duel with the Argentine saw him pick up front wing damage that forced another pit stop, leading to him finishing just ahead of Perez in P16. Reflecting on the result, Lawson said that he is very disappointed, especially when they had a package that was strong this weekend. That's why Checo Perez is back in the spotlight. The truth is that he has always been the target of Helmut Marko, Red Bull's advisor, but his lack of results is now so evident that even Red Bull director Christian Horner has assured that he will not take long to take action if this continues. In other words, his seat is in danger, although the brand itself announced last June the renewal of the Mexican's contract until 2026. Then, Carlos Sainz's door to the team was completely closed. However, the sudden departure of Daniel Ricciardo after Singapore makes it clear that Red Bull is not taking it as a joke, and if there are no results, there is no choice but to act. Lawson also knows this well. He is occupying the Australian seat at Visa Cash App, and who, in view of Perez's slump, can see an opportunity to continue to rise within the team.